Now, tonight, a new North Carolina gun law is impacting students. It allows teachers, parents, and volunteers to carry concealed weapons inside private schools.
Well, supporters say that it will save money and improve safety. Others say that they wish schools would take a different route.
WCNC Charlotte Tudisha Woodard shares with us the fears and some of the poignant questions of families caught in the middle.
Well, while some folks say this new law will help private schools who are struggling to hire sworn-in officers, others sharing their concerns, saying this is going to put more pressure on ordinary adults in life or death situations.
I went to Raleigh to watch this bill.
While those parents were packing lunches and checking homework, Jennifer Hixson was driving 2 hours to the General Assembly. The law she hoped would die quietly officially goes into effect Monday. It allows private schools to arm teachers, parents, or approved volunteers, essentially creating their own version of armed security to prevent another school shooting. It requires the armed person to have written authorization from the school's board of trustees or the administrative director, hold a valid concealed handgun permit, and complete 8 hours of training.
I understand people's concern about security, but I never think that more guns are the answer.
The bill was introduced in the General Assembly by Rep. Jeff McNeely earlier this year. He says private schools in his district struggle with security, and this is a good common sense bill that talks about your Second Amendment rights and property rights.
I'm looking at a minimally trained volunteer. A volunteer, mind you, not someone who has gone through role plays, but a volunteer carrying a gun, a loaded weapon around my child in a school, and I'm not comfortable with that.
Hixson isn't alone in her concerns. North Carolinians Against Gun Violence says arming volunteers introduces more danger.
When law enforcement does show up to the scene, if it's an active shooter situation, how are they supposed to know who the active shooter is versus who is this person who's gotten written permission? You know, this is just, it's a recipe for disaster.
They also warned about patterns they've seen like misplaced guns, accidental discharges, weapons stolen from bags or desks. They're encouraging private schools to consider other options before making a decision to adopt this law.
If we're looking at making investments, looking at investing in mental health professionals, perhaps extra screening to make sure kids are not bringing guns into the school.
Hixson says for many parents, this isn't just a new law, it's a new worry. She's encouraging parents to be more proactive. She says the law may have taken effect, but the fight to protect children's safety is far from over.
You need to call your school. You need to reach out to your school board and ask them, what is your policy? What are you planning to do?
Now, I've reached out to multiple private schools in the area about whether or not they're planning to adopt this new rule. I am currently still waiting to hear back. Reporting for WCNC Charlotte, I'm Tudisha Woodard.